Hey everybody, do you want to make a D&D podcast like us, or really any podcast? Well, then you got to know about Anchor. First off, my favorite part, it's very free. It's the most free. It costs no dollars. That's sick. Second part, you can start monetizing with their monetization tools immediately with no minimum listenership. Also very sick. You can now, this is new, you can take any song from Spotify and add it directly into your episodes. And let me tell you, that's freaking sick nasty. So download the Anchor app or go to anchor.fm to get started today.
Hey everyone, before we get into today's episode, I want to just take a second to tell our wonderful and great Chainsaw happy early birthday. This should be dropping on April 18th, and his birthday is right around the corner, April 22nd on Earth Day. And so, happy early birthday there, bud.
Thanks, I'm 30.
When you get there and feel those pains.
Fun fact about 30. The reason you start hurting is that's when you were supposed to die. Modern medicine has kept us alive.
Yes.
So.
Fun fact about Shane, he's a cripple that lives in chronic pain. They just have nothing.
Well,
I have nothing to fear.
Joke's on me.
Don't dox my birthday, bro.
Last time on Lawful Stupid. Thousands of soldiers uniformly dressed in all black march rank and file. The army moves steadily south toward what you know to be Catacomb Isles, the home of the sleepers.
William summons Megalos.
You feel the heat in your hands, but obviously doesn't bother you, and then shoots a beam like straight through into the horizon. You see everyone kind of starting to look around in the direction of where that beam came from. You see them coming up, and there's one individual just even walking with more authority than the 7 who are behind him. I think I'm gonna need to take you all back to the boss. You 3 are wanted, dead or alive.
I pop into Mrs. B's head.
Hey, Mrs. B, just talk to you. Probably gonna have to follow these guys back. You remember when we talked about this being like a suicide mission? Mm-hmm. Still on the table. Mm-hmm. If I have to go supernova, pun intended, I will. Mm-hmm. So. Alright, cool.
And then I kind of give Hume a thumbs up.
What's your boss's name?
His name is General Flagrance. General, this is them.
Okay, so Nova, you know her, right?
The boss?
Your personal boss?
That's who we've got orders from, yes. When Nova says march, you march.
Well, so Nova also wanted us to come and help out. Nova, we're the same thing. We're subcontractors.
Feel free to march with us, and we'll be there in a couple weeks' time.
I really expected more. For someone of your power and fortune to bow to a god. I didn't realize you were one of them, you know?
You speak to me of power. He kind of turns, and one of those giant machines is kind of it's walking by, but it's beginning to slow and almost like it has like metallic legs, but like go to like the knees. And he walks over to those 4 younglings that he has with his army, and he quickly, deftly like slashes their throats, and then takes his sword. It says something over it. It glows. Something pulls out of their bodies, like this light from these soldiers he's just killed pulls up into the sword, and he points it over at the mechanical beast, and the light pushes into this creature, and it stands back up as if renewed and begins to march again. That's power. The 3 of you came down the hill with Captain Baird and his crew to meet General Flegris. And General Flegris says that you can join his crew as they march toward the Catacomb Isles. And you speak of power, and he kind of mocks you and says, you speak of power. And at the same time kills 4 of the young guards that were with Captain Baird. And you see a light that comes from their bodies into his sword, and he points it out to the machine, one of the machines that is with the main body, that has kind of slowed down, and that beam of energy from the troops seems to revitalize this machine, and they continue on. So now you're left standing with 4 of those troops, Captain Baird, one group of them, and a group of 4 with General Phlegris and the 3 others who have that hand symbol kind of holding their cape as another group. What do you do?
Stab him.
Okay.
He just killed a bunch of children.
Well,
I'm gonna stab him.
Okay, I think you move forward. Go ahead and do.
Semantics.
I think he's not expecting that. I think you haven't made any move to do that, and so I'll give you kind of a surprise, a quick move on that.
Okay.
Should you roll an attack?
Yeah, sure. Using Daddy's dagger, it's gonna be 24.
It does hit.
Cool beans. That's gonna be 6 piercing, and then he'll need to make a DC 15 dex check to make sure he doesn't get burned.
Actually, he fails that too. He's gonna take on that burn. Feel the burn.
5 fire.
5 fire. Okay, and so the total comes out to again. Sorry.
Pull up my numbers again.
Thank God for D&D Beyond, huh?
Facts.
Oh, definitely. That'll be 11 total.
You do swipe at him, and his troops are not able to do anything to stop that. But immediately, they're all going to pull out their weapons. One has a bow. One has 2 short daggers. One has a sword. And he himself, you see that he. Now you notice he has these knuckles, sharpened knuckles on each of his hands. I'm not going to go into typical combat, so we're going to kind of just do some theatrical stuff.
I call him a monster.
Yeah, so I'll let you guys go, kind of if you want to do something first, but they're going to attack you as soon as you do this, whatever the 2 things are.
Yeah, I mean, if that's the case, I'm going to go ahead and use my Shadow's Eclipse. So that's going to be my 30-foot arc / all those guys. So they have to make a dex save. DC 15. 4 take 3d10 damage.
Okay, so Captain Baird's group passes, and the other group does not. I'm just going to put them into 2 groups there.
It's going to be... the ones who failed are going to take 17 necrotic damage, and the ones that succeeded are going to take whatever half that is. 8.
Okay, got it.
Yep.
All right, so they kind of all pulse backwards with this darkened energy that has shot through them. And William, what do you want to do as soon as that happens?
All right. I'm going to use my Boots of Misty Step and blink in the middle of between the general and his 4 people, and then I assume the machine is nearby.
No, so the machine's way back. He just kind of shot that beam, so the machine is not close. You just have
how what is not that close?
I say 120.
Oh god. Okay.
Feet.
Oh my god. That thing's gonna drop some artillery. All right. Anyways, I blink in between the general and his 4 fucking snake eyes wannabes with their cloaks. And I'm going to cast something called Mirage. And I channel heat in the air. I use fire and heat to generate water and illusion from the air around us. So I actually boil the water in the air itself, and all enemies within a 60-foot radius centered on me must make a Constitution saving throw.
Oh, okay.
Oof.
That is a 14.
It's expensive. Then they all fail. Great.
Okay.
So they're going to take 4d10 fire damage.
Dang.
That's 26. and they are going to be delirious for the next minute. And as long as they are delirious, they have disadvantage on their attacks. At the end of each of their turns, they may make a Constitution saving throw to remove the delirious condition. And I'm going to take a buttload of HP to use that.
Cool though.
It is cool, but it hurts.
Okay. So, Captain Phlegris and General Phlegris is going to kind of like tear off this jacket that has caught fire in places and let it fall to the ground. And he's going to walk straight, or he's going to turn around. I imagine like he was looking, but you've blinked behind him. So he's going to turn and immediately attempt to uppercut with the first hit. No, this was with disadvantage. That is a 17 with disadvantage.
Yeah, we'll say that it's.
All right, so he's going to take a hit at you. That's going to be 15 piercing.
Oh.
These have like sharpened knuckles. Now he's going to take the second swing at you to the stomach.
The second
he's gonna
swing.
Or second attack. He's going to miss that.
Fine.
And when he just whiffs it on the second one.
Is that
you
with
kinda dodge right
disadvantage?
away. Yes. Well, that's what he misses with disadvantage on the second hit.
They're just making
first
sure in
one
case he
with
rolls a
it,
nat
yeah.
1.
Yes. So now, end of his turn, he rolls con save, right?
Correct.
No good. So he's still delirious.
Got it.
These other guys are gonna attack. Let's see. That was gonna miss. That guy will hit, and that guy will hit too. So Short Swords comes up. He's gonna do a little bit of kind of quick slices to you.
Okay.
He's gonna do 14 points slicing with both of those attacks, and then Longsword. Yeah, he's going to attack you. It doesn't do much. That's 7 slicing.
You see him like take a knee almost. Like he doesn't go prone, but he is not feeling great.
You see Captain Baird approach to William as you take a knee. And General Phlegris says, "Yes, do something worthwhile." And Captain Baird
I hate this guy.
pulls his sword up, puts it to your neck, and he starts to push just a little bit. But as he does, he turns and swipes back at the General Phlegris.
Neat.
That is a critical hit. He is going to swipe at his chest and do... 37 points of damage to him. So, like, a significant amount of, like, a gash cuts through into this guy's chest, and he lets out a squeal. And he says, "What are you doing?" And he grabs at his chest. And Captain Baird says, "I'm not your lapdog anymore." And so he looks back and he says, "Make your own stand." And his crew that's with him, they kind of look around at each other, and they're so kind of shocked that they don't move at all on this round. So I'll put it back up to Beatrice.
Cool.
Pause. Before you do that, you hear... And the army has stopped. And then instead of a few people coming out, you see that the entire army has done like a right face, and they're all facing in toward this fight that's going on. But no one has moved out of rank or file. Now Beatrice.
Cool beans. B is more mad than usual. And I feel like whenever that happens, she tends to like pull out abilities that are pretty stinking cool that somehow deals with the scale. So she casts a spell and this blade appears in her hand. Her free hand, because she only brought out one dagger. And it's kind of like a prism of color. And she's going to use Prism Blade. Sounds like Prison Blade, but I'm trying to say prism.
She uses a shiny shank.
Might as well
AKA
be.
Shiny Shank.
Let's see. Counts as a simple melee weapon. Deals 2d8 psychic damage on a hit.
Didn't we reflavor that Radiant?
Oh yes, we did flavor that Radiant. My bad. I was trying to read it exactly as I saw it. I'm like, wait, no, it's been reflavored.
It used to be Shadowblade, now it's not.
Is it light outside, Devin? How light?
There's cloud cover, but it is bright or out. So.
Oh, cool! I get advantage on this attack.
Take that, nerd.
Yeah. How does a 16 go?
It does not.
Damn it. She brandishes it and just misses. New power, very confusing.
She produces a blade. All the blood goes to her right hand. She gets very weak in the knees, falls over.
She pulls out a mirror and tries to reflect the sun into his eyes, but the sun's not bright enough to affect him.
Slashes blindingly.
God damn. That's fine. That's what she's doing. She's trying to attack him.
Okay.
Too mad.
Okay. Do you?
Let me go ahead and squeeze the old Light Eater Gauntlet, casting darkness centered on myself. So it's 30 feet of darkness centered around myself.
Okay.
Can't see through it unless you can see through magical darkness.
Okay. I think that's going to hit all of your teammates, and I think that within that is also General Phlegris. And I want to say that I imagine your goal is to get William in there as well.
I'm trying to get, everybody. But this provides, one, confusion for anyone who's trying to swing in a melee, and it also, much more importantly, makes all the archers standing in those columns over there very useless.
Okay, and actually this can hit everybody. You guys are in such close quarters, this gets everybody in this immediate vicinity.
30 feet, centered on me, and I'm kind of, I mean, I would think pretty much everybody.
Okay, yeah, and this inky darkness shrouds around you guys.
You know it's a magical smoke. If you mean smoke and celestial, bro.
That's what I said. Go back and listen to it. What else do you want to do?
What does it sound like? Tell me what the version I'm going to go back and listen to sounds like.
It's exactly what you intend to hear.
Perfect.
Is that all you want to do on your turn?
That's all I can do.
Okay. William.
You know, this sucks real bad. I'm gonna turn into a fire elemental. I'm way too fucking weak.
Okay. Does transforming does that exhaust your action economy?
I believe so. Do you think I
The very fun thing is that no one knows that Will's done this. It's just suddenly very hot in a part of this story.
It's my action.
And no one knows why.
Okay.
And Fire Elemental doesn't have a bonus action for the Fire Anchor form.
All right. So it is over to Phlegris and his crew. I think he yells. He's going to say split directions. And so he is just going to take off running and expend all of his movement. But he doesn't get outside the circle. I think the other three, splitting in opposite cardinal directions, do end up outside of this cloud of darkness. But they can't see anything inside of it. So now you've got these three, the hand of the king who are outside of it, and Phlegris who's inside. Captain Baird's crew. Captain Baird says, get out of here. I'll take him. And he makes an attack in the same general direction, but of course, like he swings and he doesn't hit anything because he's not there.
He just has disadvantage on the attack.
Yeah, and then the other three, the three, like we'll call them privates, they like run out as well of that circle, and so they stop once they get back into like light and are frozen again. I want to go back to the top of the thing. Hey, Bob. Sorry, Beatrice.
Well, she's all in darkness now. Can't see. I don't have this ability. Fuck it. I'm just run a direction to get out because I can't do shit.
So to be clear, even if you can't see, you still have like an immediate awareness of your surroundings. Like you still have all your other senses tuned in, and you can still make any attack against a creature like you would normally want to. It just has disadvantage.
If I can tell that there's somebody right there.
You heard him shout and then move. So like you know approximately where he is. So you can move to him and make the attack, and that's the disadvantage is represented already.
Okay.
He would be about 25 feet from you. I would say if you were looking like where he was, he's now kind of gotten behind you to your right. So you would have to turn.
I would have heard where he moved. I'm going to go that way and try.
Yeah. And attack with disadvantage, see if we can get a swipe on him. And what are you doing for your action?
I'm going to... I don't know how well this prism blade is going to work in the darkness. I don't even know if I have it still. Maybe I can feel like I'm still holding it. But B doesn't understand how this works yet. So she's just going to go with the dagger in the other hand.
It would still have its entire form.
Yeah.
It just wouldn't project any light. So it'd be like fully contained within the darkness instead of like shining.
Yeah, for B, she doesn't know. She doesn't know how it works. So like mechanically, yes, I know it will work, but she doesn't.
Yeah, fair enough.
So I
guess the experience would be the same for her, huh? Because she can't see a foot in front of her face regardless. I didn't think about that.
At disadvantage, an 18 with the Sanjay's love.
Yep, doesn't hit.
18.
Man.
Yeah, and so you in the darkness you hear him, but you're not able to find purchase. You.
Well, I can see this motherfucker, so I'm honing directly on him. The 30-foot cloud moves with me, so just calculate that how you will onto your battlefield. So I'm moving right for the man I'm going to call General Rodan because I've been playing Elden Rings, and that's the thing. What's his name? I'm sorry.
General Flagris.
Flagris.
Damn.
Flagris.
Like fragrant.
Is there an N in it or not?
Flegggris. Flagris.
Okay. Flagris. I'm gonna run a General Flagris, and I'm gonna make a number of attacks against him.
Okay.
All with advantage because he can't see me. Yeah, let's go ahead and say I'm just gonna burn Fury of Blows on this. So I'm just gonna roll 4 attacks with extra attack.
Okay.
That is not what I want to roll. So first one is a 21.
Yes.
Second one is a 21.
Yes.
Third one's a 24.
No.
Fourth one's a 22.
Yeah, that'll hit.
And then that's going to be... You tell me when he's dead, Devin.
Okay.
So that's going to be 13 slashing plus 16 necrotic for my first attack.
Oh, dang. Okay.
For my second attack, it's going to be 6 slashing and 9 necrotic.
Okay.
Third attack is going to be 9 bludgeoning. And 16 necrotic.
Alrighty then.
And then the final strike is going to be 12 bludgeoning. And 12 necrotic.
I think this general is a seasoned fighter, but he also hasn't had to do much of his own combat in a long time. So he was a pretty stout fighter back in the day, but you, along with all the other things, a surprise attack, along with this darkness cloud, he's not used to. He's trained in it, obviously, was able to get his people out, but was not able to get out himself to be able to fight strategically with his crew. And the series of blows you land, everyone can hear the grunts and the screams, but you're able to like take that one last punch and hit him right where the wound from the sword was, and that just stops his heart, and he collapses to the ground. Go ahead.
Because so the big reason why I'm doing all these necrotic damage is I'm burning 4 charges off of my magic item, my Blood Fury tattoo. So what that's doing is these black chain, which is just like pulsating out of his strikes. I think it's just like every time he strikes, these black chains are digging into his chest just a little bit deeper and a little bit deeper and a little bit deeper until on the 4th strike, as he just lays this fist into him, the chains extend and just wrap around his heart and just. No.
Yep, and so he's dead.
Let me help paint this picture, though, because we're in darkness, total darkness, no vision. We hear a cacophony of strikes against metal armor. So it's like thunder going off. Mm-hmm. It's like being in the heart of a storm as he's wrecking this general. Like attack after attack after attack.
Mm-hmm.
If I may, can I go ahead and just like break concentration on darkness, and then like use my call and response as the darkness fades, and I'm just over the general's lifeless body, and just be like, "Who's fucking next?"
I'm also a fire elemental.
And Will is gone, and now there's a fire elemental. Will is gone. We don't know where he went.
I think you hear, and you see one of the hands drop to the ground as a bullet takes him to the head.
And also Breeze is here.
William, you're now with 2 hands right there behind you.
Yeah, 2 hands left.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm just gonna run over to one and fucking wallop on it with my fire attacks. So let's just roll 2 of those. So one's a 17, one's an 11.
Yeah, 16 hits. He has 16, so 17 to hit.
Alright, so he's gonna take a little bit of fire damage. He's going to take 11 fire damage.
Okay.
And is he wearing... Let's see. If the target is a creature... the flammable object that ignites. Ooh, that cloak!
Yeah.
That's flammable.
It is.
Wearing a cloak.
Cloaks be cloaking.
Start of his turn, he takes 1d12.
This is like the heat metal of cloth.
I know. Burn cloth. Okay. Anything else in your turn?
Nope, start of his turn, he takes 1d12.
Yeah, so it is his turn. I'll take that. Okay.
You got it?
Yeah, so that kind of burns up an arm, and I think he's going to shrug that cloak, like get that thing off of him as quick as possible.
Sure.
It's
just the next turn, FYI, but I hear you.
The army, seeing their general struck down, however that happened, begins to break ranks, but I mean, not uniformly, right? They've been trained, and so you hear some shouts of commands being made, and those machines are beginning to take like slow steps as well. And then the troops are taking steps towards you as well. They are about 90 feet away at this point.
Rough. I know this is foolish for us to say to fight these guys, but for humor me, what's the head count? My best guess. I'll make a perception check if you want to.
Okay, give me a second because I'm going to imagine I'm staring. It's gotta be.
You can't see him. You can't see him at
paint
home,
the picture.
When you look out at the snow, they're like these black dots that litter the snow. And as far as you can see the horizon left, like this trail of them left to right, I mean, it's like a day-long army. There's 20, 30,000, you would guess.
What is
just
90 feet
infantry.
away from us? If there's like just shadows and dots, what is 90 feet away? The start of the army, or
The
just
start.
the next wave?
The start,
The first-
like
the
this,
first
this
rank.
first rank.
Okay. So it's an endless supply at that point. Got it.
Yeah, and I guess honestly, 120 feet, that's not a lot. I'm thinking they're probably a half
I'm
mile.
like
Let's
90
say a
and
half
120
mile
feet
away.
is not far.
Yeah, they're like a half
That's
mile.
way more. I was like,
Okay.
they've been this close this whole time, and haven't helped
Yeah.
their general at
So
all.
we ended up having to make a lot closer trip than we wanted. This is not halfway.
So, as it happens, I remember the Togartion War manuals, and they're not
Oh, yeah.
authorized to command a retreat until they've lost 80% of their manpower. So we're looking at quite a few kills before we would rout them. They will be killed if they retreat with anything less than 80% casualties.
Well, I'm gonna look at the other two, and I'm gonna run when it comes to my turn, just so you know.
Captain Baird, it's his turn, and he says, "Just get out of here." And he runs headlong straight toward like this onslaught of soldiers coming.
Fuck, that's.
No, come with us.
I'm fast enough that I'm gonna watch him go, the beautiful brave bastard.
Yeah, and he's
I'm
gonna
gonna watch
make
his whole. I'm gonna watch his whole stand. Describe it all to me.
the other soldiers who were with him start running as well with him, and they're screaming, whether out of fear or anger or whatever it is. If they're running with him,
William's gonna fuck up these two other special forces people, or attempt to, so they can't stop these guys from doing their valiant charge. Like if we're just breaking out of combat, like that's what I want to do.
well, I think you.
I guess we never really were in combat.
Yeah, I think
No, not
you're
really.
about to attack them, and then something happens. You hear kind of a deep rumbling, and the earth beneath your feet begins to move a little bit. It's like, and then you hear it's almost like a
It's the
whistle.
orcs that are on motorcycles. They're so cool. The motorcycles are made out of skeletons that are on fire. It's like, wow,
Oh, please.
Like biker gang, the sick biker gang now.
They've all got battle axes that are also just chainsaws. There's a giant buzzsaws on a stick. They're like, yeah!
We went to hell before we
They're
came here,
steering-
boys.
Oh,
They're
let me,
holding,
uh,
they're holding the giant two-handed buzzsaws and
We
it's
thought you were
steering
in
with
the,
their
we
dicks.
thought you were in the underworld. We went there first. And freed
We
everyone.
fucked up Rocknecks and took all of his motorcycles. Yeah.
They're fueled by hatred and metal.
Insert guitar solo here.
This bike
This is
drives
cool.
as fast as much as I hate my dad.
That's a lot.
That's not even like a
But he did
English.
play catch with me. That was nice.
He was actually very attentive. I don't know why we never connected.
You try to be a good father.
He bought me a pitching net so he never had to play catch with me again.
He's really
Somebody's
a
been watching
product
the
of his
Adam
times.
Project.
Yeah.
All he knew was what his dad taught him. He wasn't armed with therapy and modern resources like I am, so I can break the cycle. I pity him more than I resent him.
But too sad it's not the orcs, but if that would be a grand entrance.
Next time on Lawful Stupid, we will.
One thing we love at Lawful Stupid, among the other things we love at Lawful Stupid, is spreading the word about your business. Or maybe you want to tell your sweet, sweet grandma that you love her for the world to hear. We want to give you that chance. If you're a business and want to get your services on the air, or just want to tell a loved one a personal message, head on over to lawfulstupid.org/message in a bottle. There you can take around 250 words to say what you want. Business ads are $20, personal ads are $10. Tell the world what you have to hear with Lawful Stupid's Message in a Bottle. these giant pillars of earth, they're like cone shaped, fall almost like they fall into these guys as they form like a natural barrier, probably its own half a mile wide. These gigantic earthen structures. And the ground beneath you is still shaking. And then behind you, like a hole opens up, and this huge megalos size, like armadillo, kind of pokes its head up over. And on top of its head is this Loxodon. And he's wearing his own battle armor. And he says, "An old friend told me you needed some help." And he says, "Hop on."
Snuffleupagus!
William flies up there.
I said Snuffleupagus!
I jump on the
Okay.
armadillo.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, why would I not?
Yeah, and so you all jump on this thing, and it like tucks you into like its shell kind of thing.
Oh, yeah.
And so as it curls up in a ball,
Why is this hot?
and is rolling, you stay like where you are, like centrifugally. I don't know how you say that, but you don't roll with it, right? So you feel it rolling, and it is speeding up as it goes along, left, right, up and down. And so you kind of get like the bumps a little bit, but it's not like hurting you.
Fume feels the need to run in place.
You do that. I need
I'm powering the armadillo from the inside.
Yeah. And it's probably 4 or 5 minutes afterwards, and then you feel like a sudden weightlessness, and then it lands, but it doesn't hurt you, and you stop. And the armadillo kind of opens up, and you're able to crawl out
I like
from
to
under the
imagine
shell.
during that whole scene where we're struggling to hold on for our life. The Loxodon is there with a table laid out with a nice tablecloth. He's
Legs
sipping
crossed.
tea. He's sipping tea, just
Pipe. He's like,
it's just perfect. All the fluid comes out of it and then lands perfectly. And he takes a sip and he's like, first time.
and he says, "Barely made it out of that one, eh?" I think you all crawl out on top of the shell of this, and it's huge. The only one who's actually seen maybe in its entirety or gets the scope of the magnitude of how huge this thing is maybe William, based on his megalos. And he says, "Where you need to go?"
The Crystal Caves. Where are they called? What are they called?
The catacombs.
I
William
Yeah.
breaks
Catacomb
spiral
Isles.
form, drops to a knee. To bed.
You're fine. Cauterize yourself, fool.
Pretty fucked up.
Cauterize. It was good enough for Lucian. It's good enough for you.
This isn't what we call a battlefield situation anymore. And if you don't remember, I was fighting the KNG for a minute before we came out here.
That's fair.
I saw your phaser, and I went to talk to Eshi. She said that I should get to you because the Megalos was still charging. But my Megalos has been ready for a long time.
What the fuck has she been doing? God.
She's running on a different hamster wheel inside of the snail. I'm sorry.
I should have stayed.
I'm running as fast as I can.
But I'm glad you came. Let's go to the catacombs.
Helpful.
That was sick. Also, you guys didn't see it, but I fucking did some cool moves on that guy.
It was
I
very
heard
dark.
it.
Yeah.
His
Sounded
blood cries
brutal.
out to the earth.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Yeah,
He cried,
better.
he cried out like for his mom. It was weird. I was like this big bad general. I was like, any last words? And he was like, Mom, it hurts. I was like, wow, those are your last words. I'm writing them down.
He was a brave soul.
And I saw Captain Beard run into that fray, and I took notes for the bards, and it's 2 songs. Oh, General Guy is a giant nerd, and nobody likes him, he's ugly too. Captain Beard is way cooler and brave.
Did you just come up with that just now?
I did, yeah, I wrote it
It's
myself.
very good.
Yeah, I've been thinking about multi-classing.
How far are we from the catacombs in this?
He lifts his trunk into the wind, and it kind of does gyroscope or whatever it's called, looking around.
The telescope?
No,
Telescope?
it's like the ones like in a submarine.
periscope.
A periscope.
Periscope.
Yeah.
What's a gyroscope?
The gyroscope's the thing. It's funny because this would actually be a gyroperiscope. It would have to be to function.
Yeah.
It would have to be a
Yeah.
gyroscopic periscope because we are spinning. So it would have to centrifugally match that rotation in order to be oriented up to be able to see.
So am I?
No, remember he stopped rolling. We're not rolling. He's like walking right now.
Okay. But if you wanted to use the periscope in ball mode, it would have to be a gyroscope.
Well, this is just his trunk on his face that he's using.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Well,
to like
then-
put it up into the wind, and
Then just a
it's a
periscope.
periscope. This episode of Dev Gets It Wrong brought to you by Devin himself. So he kind of gauges it and he says, about a week and a half
Perfect.
on foot, and he like slow winks.
How quickly could like an orc motorcycle gang make it?
Oh, 5 days? But what's a motorcycle?
Well, these ones are
Gives him an
made out of bones and they're on fire and fueled by hatred of your dad.
Oh, boners. Oh gosh,
A
never mind.
bicycle, yeah. No,
Motorcycle. Ah, Devin, just so you know,
I almost said it, and I was like, no.
I have a list of things that I'm going to find people after they die. If I outlive you, I'm going to sneak into wherever your tombstone is. I'm going to
Okay.
chisel.
Are you gonna make a
the word
Bonercycle out of me?
Bonercycle. I'm going to chisel Bonercycle on your tombstone. I with quotation marks.
Well, that just became the name of today's episode.
Yeah,
we
for
need to-
sure.
if there's a spike in listenership, we just gotta pander more. Is what I'm hearing.
Dude, now's when we get our Extreme Restraints fucking sponsorship. Do you want a motorcycle in real life? Try this surfing. Try this machine you sit on to pleasure yourself. It's a real motorcycle. It's pedal operated by your lover.
It's fueled by hatred, and
Hatred of your father makes it work better.
oh no.
Always helps my love life.
Says, but I can get you there quicker.
That was
How
quicker.
fast?
The tagline for
So you
motorcycles.
Motorcycles. You'll get there quicker.
Thought I was out of this whole joke line, but here, we'll get there. We will arrive.
Arrive is another word for
Your destination will be reached faster
Destination?
this way.
Oh, I'll make you reach your destination real quick.
How many days?
Give me a week or less.
We need a lot of Gatorade.
Just gotta fuel up the Dillo and we can be out of here.
It runs on Gatorade. That's why I said that.
What's his run on? Blue Gatorade?
And menthol.
I'm just wondering where the smoke comes from. Makes sense now.
It's.
I thought it was you, Will. You're kind of always just smoldering.
Sun
Yeah.
is
You've already got
beginning.
over
Never
he's
lost
hot.
a
You're gonna
thing.
make his head too big by speaking about it so much.
But it's true. His head is gigantic.
It also hurts.
So is that where you're headed? Cataco Miles?
Yeah.
Yes.
Hey, what do you call this thing?
It's my megalos.
Okay, that's... Does that
I
have a
think you
name?
mean your Megadillos.
My megadillo.
Okay, that makes more sense.
I call him Spiky.
Man.
Not very spiky.
Yeah, does he have spikes?
You turn and look, and so like maybe what looks like one kind of like spike to you, the whole spine or the outer shell, the exoskeleton is just ridges. Like it's almost like a mountain range itself because it's just
You named
spikes.
this guy after his cod piece. That's fucked up. Alright.
Spiky.
Well, the moon isn't getting any further. Let's go.
Yeah, Mrs. B makes a good point. Let's go.
All right.
Can't we
I've
just
got-
run this thing through the Tigershan army like 5 more times?
So I don't like to some of those guys might be good, and I don't know who's definitely bad. I knew that the guys you were fighting were probably not good.
Well, they're all going to meet us at the Catacomb Isles and join up with their boss.
Yeah, we'll kill them then.
To kill
They'll be
us.
good.
So,
Well, we'll either be dead or gone by then. If we're going to get there in about a week.
that's true. I guess
Hey,
we're going to
fun
beat them by
fact.
like a week.
When I get in the Megalos, I'm gonna kill him.
Okay.
You can get into Megalos?
I'm not yours. I mean, I probably could pilot yours.
Are you the co-pilot for Eshi?
Yeah.
It is. He puts his like giant elephant whatever hand out and is like, "It's an honor to meet you."
William like
Welcome to the
stands
team.
up
Shake.
and just like attempts to shake, but mostly gets shooken because he's fucking exhausted. Yeah, no, it's great.
Yes, go down below and rest. There's some snacks and some comfortable sheets that I use, but you can use them for now. I'm well rested.
I could probably. I can't wait till I get my Shadow Megalos. Then you're all going to feel fucking stupid.
I bet yours will be
That-
really small because it's shadow.
There actually is no
contracts and
Shadow
expands.
Megalos because the Shadow or Dark Invoker and Light Invokers all abused their power a long time ago, and so you guys kind of don't get that privilege of a
Then
Megalos.
what good is this skill?
You can inhale it like a drug.
What were they?
That's not true either.
I watched it happen! He
Oh.
breathed in the smoke through his nostrils when he was attuning to it. I watched it. So yeah, he can snort it like drugs.
I didn't get very high, but I can't say I was sober.
I'm going to sleep. Will goes down?
You tuck in between.
I lift up a fucking shell and just
It's like a
snuggle,
shaft,
snuggie
yeah,
in my
it's
way
got-
in there. Like, oh look, here we go.
Yeah,
Oh,
so there's
look,
like an empty
a
space
ladder.
between its
Weird.
body and the exoskeleton.
These bones? This bone makes perfect ladder. Great. Awesome. Just squeeze through these ligaments, get into the center part of this weird robot monster, and go to sleep in these totally clean sheets.
With the snacks.
With the snacks. You know, William lays in this bed and sleeps, and he reaches over his snacks and goes, I don't know
With
why
peanuts.
I'm surprised that there's peanuts here.
Because I'm a good host.
I didn't say that to him.
circus
I'm like
peanuts.
4 layers of muscle between me and him, and a shell.
He's got big ears. You can hear really well.
Fuck. And he'll never forget.
Hey, you
We'll
won't
never
forget it.
forget. Nope.
Mm-hmm.
Alright,
Okay.
William's going to sleep. He's to sleep, or he's going to die.
Fume? Beatrice?
I mean, if we're sleeping, I'll sleep. That's fine.
I mean, I'll wait till nighttime. I don't know what we're doing. We're just hanging. She'll just hang, I guess. Just kind of look at the guy. So, what's your name? She's gonna be real awkward.
My name is Alaric.
Ooh. That's right, seduce this elephant.
Pleasure.
Do you think
Indeed.
asking what people's name is a seduction?
She could start. She's got an opportunity. Nobody else is around. Mrs. B would never be a seductress in front of us. Now's her opportunity.
Well, I'm Beatrice, and the other two, the one all in darks is Fume, and the one that went to sleep is William. Thank you.
Any friend of Eshi is a friend of mine. I think this point, there's like these platforms that are built onto the sides of this thing so it can go into like the ball mode. And as it's rolling, you can either be in the shell and be okay, or like on the platforms outside of it, it rolls, but it doesn't like obviously like throw you off.
Avon, you have to draw a concept of what this ball platform monstrosity could look like for my brain. Please.
My brain is trying to digest what's
Even
happening,
if it's a
and I'm not
sketch,
even
I gotta
sure.
see it.
I got to know.
I'm picturing like some Howl's Moving Castle.
But it's rolling, right? That's what's
shenanigans.
tripping me up.
Because so you have it. So okay.
Yeah,
it's
so
like,
imagine like on
yeah, it's
the
like a bracket.
sides, there's like a bracket that goes over it.
inside, like an axle almost.
Oh, I
Yeah.
see. Yeah.
So this is fixed in place.
I must have misheard that when he was explaining.
I probably didn't do a good
My
job,
best.
honestly.
That's okay.
I got it.
No, I'm curious. I wanted to know.
I'm curious. So you're
No. Yeah, B is just awkward. I would like to make the point out, B is very awkward. There's a point she was awkward at the beginning. She's very awkward. She doesn't people well. So she's just kind of like, well, now I'm a wallflower, hanging out with the elephant dude, and everyone else I know has gone away. But I don't want to sleep, so I don't know what I need to do. So she's just kind of like awkwardly here, twiddling her fingers.
Alaric he's not going to say anything to you, but he's there, just patiently. He doesn't seem to fidget or much anything himself. He's just standing out in the distance, or staring out at the distance to where you're traveling. And I'd like to know, like, as you travel through whatever the land is, if it's snow, if it's sand, if it's just like a field, these spikes are like digging into the earth like a traction. So he's leaving a trail behind him as you guys travel. Yeah.
Yeah, good. So the Megalith knows where to go.
Yeah, and go ahead.
I was going to say while I'm sleeping, unless you have something you're going to do as a long rest, before a long rest passes.
No, this is it. So you kind of like, you see the army has gone, right? And so you're trying to amass all of the people you know to meet you down at the Catacomb Isles. You now have this lift that you've gotten as a friend of Eshi. And you're all headed there.
So, one of my deals at Kalishtar is that when I sleep, I dream of people, of Eshi's like past and memories. Does anything trigger up since I'm riding in the Megadillo by chance? Do I dream of a memory that she has, maybe, or because like I'm literally in the heart of something she might be involved in, and our elephant friend has a heart-on for her.
Well,
please call it a Bonercycle.
It's a Bonercycle. We've already trademarked it, TM. Stop getting off brand. I think as you dream, you are remembering as Eshi the day that you met Alaric, but you're also remembering a few other people from this dream as well. And you know that all of these people are also immortals who were chosen to serve the gods. And there is an individual named Coriander who's there. Rivo, Eshi, of course, that's who you are. Alaric, Tortuga, who's a turtle, and Elowan, who you remember. Elowan was kind of like the goody two-shoes. You guys came from the same place. She served Nova. And so you guys, these individuals, are all just standing in a circle. About that time, beneath their feet, depending on who the god they're serving, like this circle begins to glow a different color based on the god that they serve. And then that circle around them shoots up kind of a faint light around them. And then you hear a voice in the middle of those circles that says, "Welcome, my children." And you wake up.
So, by any chance, was this like a weird car meetup to where everybody's megaliths was behind them, and so now I know what all the megaliths are?
No, you wouldn't know that, I don't think.
Damn, that would have been really cool.
Like way below you, there's like all these orcs, and they have these really cool motorcycles.
On the way, there's just like this. Yeah. There's this like also a dust
They're
cloud.
just revving their engines.
I did see that. Yeah, it's canon. All right, cool. Thanks.
The chief orc has like a big like boombox. It's on the top of the back of his chopper. It just blasts heavy metal.
It's blasting back in black or something.
Oh, right. It's not there.
We will.
Yeah, so I think you'll get a long rest. Summer flies through the trees and lands softly on the steps of the town hall in Angel's Cove and begins to kind of squawk. For a moment, no one makes any move. Oh,
yeah. The owl's in there saying out loud the word squawk.
She's saying squawk. Squawk! She whoos. Hoo, hoo. Squawk! And eventually, Lafayette like opens the door. Furious's like, "What is all the nonsense going on out here?" And he looks down, and Summer moves over to Lafayette and kind of holds up this letter to him. and he opens it, and it says, what on it, Beatrice?
Help Catacomb Isles.
And he can see me.
It's her handwriting.
There's your
You should
handwriting.
know
Yeah,
that.
he says to me it's her handwriting, and he goes, Sister, it's time. Send the army. Oh,
Your army of half-William babies.
and the Invokers. And then we shift over again, and we've got Captain Drake, who's lounging in his very fancy setting at the orc camp, and they've got the finest wine and the carpets laid out, and these golden flasks, and pretty beautiful pictures and fires up, and the middle brother is playing like a lute and singing. And there's a coin on a table that begins to blink.
Your table's ready.
And he sees it, and he quickly stands up and he says, I think it's time. And they all look at that coin, and so he throws on like this armor that he doesn't ever really wear, but it looks like it's just tattered and beaten from all the fights he's been in. And he steps outside, and there's this horn that is next to his tent, and he gives it a blow, and it's like, and then you hear just like the yelling, the battle cries of these orcs, and he says, "Mount up, boys!"
Ginge, add all the motorcycle effects you want, right? There's 1,000 motorcycles revving their engines.
Just
while orcs
go into
chant.
YouTube and look up bike week or something.
The cool
Done.
orc chants, and then just.
We flash over to Eshi, who has been like chilling in the Megalos, and she's kind of flipping through a magazine. All of a sudden, she is rocked out of her chair.
She unplugs the USB.
She's rocked out of her chair, and all of the lights and things begin to switch on in the Megalos. And she's like, "Ooh, it's time!" And as she like powers this thing up, it doesn't power up right away. She slaps the dashboard a couple times, and it comes back on. And then she like concentrates really hard, like she's like veins are starting to pop out of her head, and she says, "Alaric." He says, "Yes." "I need you to make a pit stop for me. I'm gonna be right behind you." He says, "Anything for you, Eshi." And that's where we're in the episode. Bonercycles.
Bonercycle!
Thanks for listening to episode 62, everybody. My name is Devin Davenport. I'm the DM of Campaign 3 of Lawful Stupid, and we appreciate you being here with us during this time.
Devin also forgot to list his title as CEO and President of Bonercycle Incorporated, so if you want to get your Bonercycle, you can just go on down to his new home office.
And we also have a new line of boner sidecars coming out that you can attach to your Bonercycle, because you don't want to ever be alone with just your own Bonercycle.
But no, it's not. What's one sidecar? It's two always. They come in pairs.
Yeah, we'll just make sure they're in the Lawful Stupid store, so go check it out.
I'm really excited
Probably a
about
sticker.
the new
Slow
boners.
price at $75,000. You get a motorcycle. I will buy a motorcycle and have somebody paper mache that shit for you.
You can 3D print it, bro.
Oh, dude.
Yeah, print a mini model.
Fiverr.
Somebody make that model. Hey, Avon, you're the artist.
I don't know how to 3D model. Maybe
You got
like
time.
with my hands on clay.
You got 3 weeks.
Fucking.
Only if Patrick Swayze's ghost helps you. Whoa! That insanely topical and timely ghost reference.
I don't need a man to help me make pottery.
Well, this is a ghost.
It wouldn't be a man, he'd be a ghost.
This is a spirit
A
from
man
beyond.
ghost.
Oh, that was good.
Yeah, really fucking good reference. The movie
Yeah,
came out.
we
Hey,
can't
if
talk
you want to
this
support the show, go to store.lawfulstupid.org. Pick out a shirt, pick out a jacket, maybe some stickers. Hey, though, just mindful note, Min-Max Mankind coming up. So, I'm sure we'll have a cool t-shirt design.
you're going to really want to be following us on that social media to see what we're doing in May. Min-Max Mankind, see who we might be challenging, see what we might see if maybe challenges. See maybe people challenge us to eat spicy food or an entire cake without using your hands, or who knows? We did some wild stuff, and we do it again for Child's Play. Devin, we do it again for Child's Play. You're shaking your head no.
I think I'm just gonna default to like workout things. Those seem to be like for me the most pleasant to do.
I'll eat spicy food.
I can do spicy. Of it. We need someone who, you know what? We've made friends with some other pods.
You go find me worthy competitors.
Okay. Yeah. I'm gonna put out feelers now.
Love the idea of us doing. All right, I've got an idea. You basically have Zebra host a Hot One style interview with all four of us, and we have like the hottest fucking shit to eat as Zebra asks us questions.
That's not.
It's gotta be. We gotta have some fucking spicy.
That's a good stretch goal for if we hit like $1 amount for Min-Max Mankind. We'll do that.
Because I just like spicy food. Can you just tell me what to eat?
So we also our Discord server. Tell us all the things. We have a Min-Max Mankind little channel for people to talk in. So if you're down to hear what they're crazy for, what to do besides just using our hashtags.
And we're accepting challenges. So get in that Discord or tweet at us at Stupid Lawful on Twitter. Give us your Min-Max Mankind challenges. You put up the money. Whatever you're willing to donate to Child's Play, which is an amazing organization that already should get your dollars anyway, but you can also be like, hey, I'm putting up $10, but I challenge you to write 10 backstories for 10 characters, or whatever you want to do, or eat 10 spicy nachos. I don't know. You tell me what the challenge is. I'll tell you if it's worth it. I tell you though, if I don't think it's worth it, I'm going to feel guilty about it and donate that amount that you challenged me to charity anyway. So I feel bad that I wasn't willing to do it for the kids. So either way, they win. But this month, we're rolling for humanity for the Environmental Defense Fund.
ED Fund.
Yes, the ED Fund. It's not funny. It's serious. Planet is dying, needs help. We'll be helping with $18. So we rolled 18. Let me know you rolled. Let me know if you rolled 4. Let's do a little bit of good together outside the game.
Okay.
I said there was a lot of mystery. Hope that helped.
It did. It did help.
Thank you.
Good news story. Comical bat, thought to be extinct, is found again after 40 years in dense rainforest.
No, fucking kill it.
What's comical?
Murder it.
I don't know. Let's see what it says.
I don't give a shit.
Maybe.
Murder it.
How funny is this?
It's the old school Batman.
Comical looking. It does look unfortunate as a bat. I can't tell what's what.
Okay.
I bet it's so ugly cute that we want to love it, but we end up laughing instead. We're laughing.
It's the face of a bat only a mother could love. Yeah.
With it.
Yeah. My words just went zoom in my brain. I couldn't help.
Dwayne, you appear to be pro setting the creature on fire. Would you care to elaborate?
Hey, the last time bats got in people's soup, man, we got COVID.
Sure.
Yeah.
So this is a brand new bat. Murder it.
Yep. Okay, so all bats should be now treated with just impunity.
Yeah.
Why didn't we do that to rats after the plague?
We did.
Okay.
I mean, you don't. If a rat comes into your house, what do you do?
I do the same thing to everything that comes into my house uninvited.
And then I run away.
Everything that comes into my house uninvited, whether it's relatives or pests, I put a container over it, and I scoot it out the door.
Hey, Vaughn, that was good.
What happened?
You said relatives or pests, and Avon said, aren't they the same?
Like any of my relatives
Sounds
listen to
great
this
time.
podcast.
Anyway, yeah. Is it my turn?
Yes.
Yes.
Okay.
Do your worst.
Bat. Dinosaur bat. Dinosaur bat. Dinosaurs are made out of oil. Oil is made out of dinosaurs.
One of the two.
This is a dinosaur bat. So that ipso facto, it has about the equivalent of 60,000 tons of crude oil inside of it. One bat. So I assume that we will be creating. The United States will, at some point in the coming months, create a justifiable cause to have a military footprint in this bat's house. And we'll just see what happens with that. I have a guess.
It's probably in Russia. This bat is being protected by Putin. It's like on his pillow and his.
Well, it's against Putin's nature to protect anything,
True that.
except for his birth certificate. Where's that, Putin?
Hey, you think Putin? What if Putin listens to this? This is the D&D.
That would be.
podcast
We
episode.
actually have a presence in Russia. We have a footprint in Russia, and
Not anymore, we don't.
that
We just got canceled by Mother
There's a
Russia.
media blackout. I'm sure Anchor fell on that list.
Bro, check it out. Here's what happens. Everyone's so quick to pull their platform from Russia, but not Lawful stupid. And we're the only podcast you can listen to.
You know what I heard? It's really upsetting. The Russian soldiers that are currently occupying the Ukraine are apparently on like Ukrainian Tinder. They're like trolling for the girls in the UK. They create like Ukrainian Tinder profiles to look for girls while they're occupying.
Soldiers be soldiering.
I'm like, damn, I guess it's the same everywhere, huh? We really are just people. Lonely, looking for love. But yeah, it's really upsetting also. So, I don't know, man. The real conspiracy theory is what's happening around us. I can't make anything weirder than life right now. I love you.
I love you too. Oh, you mean everyone?
No, just talking to you.
Oh, okay. Well, as we always say, I love you, Shane.
It would be a lie if I said it to anybody, but you definitely.
That's who we're secretly talking to the entire.
Every time I go, we love you, I'm looking directly at Devin.
You always have
Love
a
you.
middle of mine. I love you.
We love you.
We love you.
Bye.
Bye.
So this is what it was like, huh?
You're breaking up a whole lot. Sorry,
Yep.
Bob.
Yes.
I missed all
yes,
of
it was.
Fuck.
Not a
I
word.
caught that. Caught your split.
Yeah, we got that one. That one came in clear.
So all I got was you're awkward, and then it didn't.
I
Get
got
any.
fuck.
All right. Try again, everyone.
Is it going well now?
Yes.
Yeah, go
Seems
ahead.
fine.